What's going on, guys? This is Rob. If you guys enjoy my content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that little bell so you never miss out on my sexy voice. All right, what's going on, guys? This is Rob, and we're back into our How to Kill Superheroes series. I might just do this for like the next little while. I'll probably go to Ryan, like he's the guy that writes the scripts, and just be like, hey, just start giving me scripts on superheroes that we haven't killed yet, and like we'll just kill them, for a little while. I think that'd be kind of cool. But anyway, Black Panther's coming out this weekend, so of course we have to celebrate by killing Black Panther. Because we've killed like so many other superheroes so far. So it makes sense that we have to celebrate this. But as we always do in these videos on how to kill superheroes, we kind of have to outline, what these characters are capable of, what they can do, and why it is that it would be pretty hard to take them out, or maybe very easy to take them out. It really kind of depends. So the first thing we really need to do here is take an inventory of the powers that Black Panther has. So first things first, because he has attained the rank of chief of the Panther clan, Black Panther is permitted to partake in the heart-shaped herb, which is a plant native to Wakanda that, due to its exposure to the Vibranium meteorite, has mutated to give those that consume it enhanced abilities like speed, strength, endurance, agility, healing, and senses. So at a baseline level, although Black Panther doesn't actually have superpowers, he is ahead of the curve due to these enhanced physical attributes. And I would argue, as controversial as this might be, I would argue he's probably on the same level as Captain America. And it really kind of depends on what writer we're talking about. If we're talking about like Rick Remender Captain America, then probably on the same level. I mean, I imagine that I think they fought during that story. Maybe Captain America won, but like Reginald Hudlin's run or like Christopher Priest, like Black Panther's one. So it depends on who's writing the story. But the fact remains, they've kind of gone back and forth in terms of, who's the most capable regarding their various head-to-head combats and different things like that. Now, in addition to these physical attributes, T'Challa also possesses a genius-level intellect and is among the smartest characters in Marvel Comics, with his intelligence rivaling people like Tony Stark and Bruce Banner. Now, not only does this intelligence allow T'Challa to be an expert physicist and engineer, but also makes him an expert in battle tactics. Furthermore, T'Challa is a master of hand-to-hand combat, which is not surprising considering that he has been training for combat since the day he was born. Maybe not the day he was born, but since he could first like walk. But he is an expert in a wide variety of martial arts styles and has mastered nearly every weapon known to man, although he is especially fond of bladed weapons like daggers and spears. All that needs to be said about Black Panther's prowess as a fighter is that he's defeated people like Captain America and Daredevil and Iron Fist and Deadpool. He's fought and defeated a wide array of different people who were out there. Now, despite all these attributes, however, what's really going to be the main obstacle in killing Black Panther is the Vibranium mesh suit that he wears. Now, I released a video earlier this week, or really kind of last week or something like that, where we basically went over all the things that Black Panther's suit can do. So if you watch that video, this is all going to be kind of a run over of the stuff that we've already talked about. But for those of you guys who have not seen that video, Black Panther's suit is constructed of a mesh made of Vibranium, one of the hardest, strongest, and most durable metals in the Marvel Universe, which also has the unique property of absorbing all the kinetic energy of anything it comes into contact with. So if a bullet or any other projectile hits Black Panther's suit, instead of just ricocheting off, it would simply lose all of its momentum and drop to the ground. Now, Black Panther's suit also features boots that can dampen energy fields and allow him to climb vertical surfaces and even walk across water, as well as create hard light shielding, cloak itself, and has teleportation technology. Now, in terms of offensive weapons, the Black Panther suit contains claws made of a special type of vibranium that we call antimetal, and is basically capable of breaking down metal at the molecular level, effectively turning it into a liquid of sorts. Now, Black Panther also has energy daggers, which are vibranium blades that use energy to slice through enemies and can even be used in close combat or as projectiles. So clearly, taking down Black Panther is not an easy task, but can it be done? Well, I think the answer is a definitive yes. I mean, after all, Black Panther at his core is still just a human being. I mean, sure, he has like enhanced strength and durability, he has a highly advanced suit of armor, and he's a really, really good fighter. But at the end of the day, he's not a celestial, he's not like a god. He's just a guy with some enhanced abilities, and that basically means he can be destroyed. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Whoever knows where that phrase is from, post a comment and tell me where that's from. Of all the people who get it right, I'll pick one of you guys, and one of you will get a Rob Core ring. We simply have to figure out how, and I think this is a good way to basically rule out what we don't want to do, but we have to figure out how it is that we're going to confront Black Panther. And I think one of the things that we don't want to do, the first thing we don't want to do, is confront Black Panther in Wakanda. Now, the reason for this is simple. T'Challa is the king of Wakanda, and as such, he has an entire army at the ready to do his bidding. So that's something that we're going to want to avoid, since we simply don't want to like complicate the matter by taking out Black Panther and then forcing ourselves to have to take out an entire army of well-trained trained soldiers armed to the teeth with the most advanced technological weaponry in the world. At the same time, we also want to avoid getting in close quarters hand-to-hand combat with Black Panther for the reasons we discussed earlier. And then of course, you have the vibranium suit absorbing all the blows that he takes, complicating things even further. So this doesn't really seem like the best option for us to use. With that in mind, the question becomes, what can we do? Well, we've pretty much conceded the fact that we are going to have to attack Black Panther with a ranged weapon, either a bullet or a grenade or something along those lines. But I think that we should steer clear of explosives, because even though they are capable of releasing a great deal of energy, the vibranium in Black Panther's suit is probably going to be able to absorb it. I mean, sure, maybe it's possible to create a big enough explosion that the amount of vibranium within a suit can't absorb it all, but we're talking about using a massive amount of energy. And at the end of the day, I'm not okay with like carpet bombing or nuking Wakanda just to destroy Black Panther. So yeah, we're not gonna nuke, we're not gonna nuke Wakanda. But as we stated earlier, vibranium is one of the hardest and most durable metals in the Marvel Universe, but it's neither as hard nor as durable as another well-known metal, adamantium. Now, adamantium is a metal that coats Wolverine's skeleton and is probably one of the strongest metals in the Marvel Universe, probably the second strongest metal in the Marvel Universe, with the possible exception of Uru metal, which is what Thor's hammer is made of. Now, the adamantium versus vibranium debate is one that comic book fans have gone back and forth on for years, but there's a lot of misinformation out there about the relative strengths of the two metals, much of which stems from Captain America's shield. So there have been a few instances in comics where we've seen Wolverine's adamantium claws unsuccessfully pierce Captain America's shield. Now, this has often been cited as proof that adamantium cannot cut through vibranium, but this overlooks the fact that Captain America's shield in the comics is not made of pure vibranium, but is a type of alloy of vibranium, iron, and adamantium, also known as proto-adamantium. Now, this is a substance that adamantium doesn't seem to be able to cut through, not pure vibranium. And since Black Panther's suit contains a mesh weave of pure vibranium, I think it's safe to assume that adamantium can cut through it. Something else that I also want to point out here, now that I think about it, Thor's hammer is not the strongest metal, not the strongest material in the universe. The strongest material, the strongest metal in the Marvel Universe is in fact Captain America's shield. Because it's made of pure freedom? That's not true, because of the fact that it is a proto-adamantium. The idea of Captain America getting like a shield that's incredibly durable was that what we ended up having was a scientist of sorts who was a metallurgist. He was brought in by the federal government to make Captain America a new shield. When he did, he was given a sample of vibranium by Captain America, which was given to Captain America by Wakanda for helping to defeat the forces of Hydra. And ultimately, where the scientist had essentially just kind of like fallen asleep at the wheel, he woke up to like a new metallic compound, which was basically what Captain America's shield was made out of. Now, the scientist tried to duplicate this material and stumbled across adamantium. And so that's how that whole thing kind of comes into existence. So while we might be able to use an adamantium bullet for this task, adamantium is at its most effective when it bears a sharpened edge, like Wolverine's claws. So what I propose is that since we still need to attack Black Panther from a distance, but we want the cutting power of a sharp edge, something like an adamantium harpoon would probably do the trick of piercing Black Panther's suit as well as his vital organs, which would kill him, because I mean, he's a guy. But yeah, it's kind of weird, because when I sat down and thought about this, the vibranium suit, the vibranium mesh suit is like the most difficult thing. That's the hardest thing about it. If it wasn't for that, we could just shoot him. Like we could just say, okay, like we're just gonna snipe him from a rooftop. We could just run him through with a knife. There's any number of things that we could do. The problem is that it's not like Batman's suit, right? Like Batman has a cloak and cowl, but like his lower jaw is exposed. So if you knew who Batman was, if you saw him there and you just sniped him, he had a, accurate enough sniper, you could just shoot him in the lower jaw and blow off the bottom of his head. But with regards to Black Panther, it doesn't work that way. His whole body is covered from head to toe. Even his eyes have kind of like a covering on them that keeps every aspect of his physical body protected. There's no weak point when it comes to like the vibranium mesh weave that he wears. So, I mean, this is like the only thing I can think of, just shooting him with like a adamantium harpoon. And that'd be kind of funny. That sounds like a Deadpool story, where it's like Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe for the third time because he's already done it twice. And like Deadpool shows up with like a giant adamantium harpoon, like Clint Eastwood out of like, out of the Deadpool. Oh my God, we just made a pun. Okay, so there's a Dirty Harry movie called The Deadpool, and it's hilarious. I think it's called Deadpool, not The Deadpool. But the whole funny thing about this is at the end of the movie, he shoots a guy with a harpoon. I can't believe we just did that. I can't believe we just made that connection. Oh man, I am hilarious. I am amazing sometimes. Anyway, yeah, so that's the only way I could really see us. I cannot believe we did that. I didn't even think about that. If you guys never saw that Dirty Harry movie, by the way, if you never saw the Deadpool, you guys gotta go see it. You guys gotta go check it out. It's awesome. But anyway, guys, if you are new here to Comics Explained, make sure you guys hit the sub button to become part of the Rob Corps. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, and yeah, I will catch you all later. Peace.